record straight. You and me, we ain't nothing alike. Let's set the record straight. Those words you say, they hold no weight, they like. Let's set the record straight. You'll never break the man before you're out.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another custom die-cast review. Now you may be thinking, custom? What do you mean custom? This was released by Lionel. And yeah, but no. This was released by Lionel. I've made a few changes. If you look closely, you can see there's a cutout quarter panel. You can see the window nets down, all that good stuff. So I added some more detail, made it a little bit more legitimate, added the little tire tape and everything. So yeah, a little bit of a different type of diecast review. This is a edited diecast custom, not really, you know, a full all-out blown custom, but I mean, either way, I guess they're all edited in a way. But this box, I still can't get over this box. I hate this box. I wish it was better, but Lionel's like, yeah, no, we're not going to do that for you. But either way, you can actually check out the original diecast review of this car. Link in the description if you want to go check it out. And we will be doing a side-by-side comparison with the Lionel produced versus my version of this diecast. And if you don't know what diecast this is, or what race this is from, this is the 2020, I almost said 2014, that's not a year. This is 2014, I believe, right? Yeah, the Bristol raced version, the checkers or wreckers for the 1/64 scale, of course. I did get the 1/24, but I did not do any edits or anything, because it's a little bit more money we're talking about, so I don't really want to touch it too much. So I'm just going to leave that alone. But anyway, let's get this bad boy out of the box and take a closer look about what I've done to this specific car. So here's the diecast out of the box, and right away you can kind of get a closer look about what I've done, and you can see a little bit more detail that you will not get on the 1/64 scales, such as the tire detail, stuff like that. But again, we will get into the actual diecast review here in just a few seconds. I did a lot of tire detail. I'll try to do as much as I can. I got the window net down. I even reinforced the damage on this side, make it look a little more damaged up. But we'll talk about that here in just a minute. So, on the hood, we got most of the Diet Mountain Dew logo. And I say most because, of course, this whole quarter panel is cut out. Got a very dirty hood as well. Got the Dale Earnhardt Jr. right there. Don't mind that black. It's hard to, like, it's hard to see, but when it's on camera, it's a lot easier. It's where I had glue kind of pile up in there, so I tried to cover it a little bit. It's on the inside, it's not on the outside, so I tried to fix it, and that's the best I could do, really. But anyway, got some of the, it looks like I don't know, just some debris or something, nonetheless. I did cut a little too much. You can see on the A-post right there, it is kind of cut up a little bit. That's just from doing the whole damage here. Anyway, back to the diecast review. Got some detail there. Got a little bit of silver and red for the dashboard. Earnhardt Jr. I colored in the white Chevy bow ties to make them yellow. Got the 88 on the roof. Diet Mountain Dew right there across the back, of course. There is no rear name banner because this was back in 2014. They did not do that back then. National Guard, nationalguard.com. Of course, you got some little, just tiny little details here. Then on the back, it says only Diet with Dew in it. Got a little bit of damage back here, not a whole lot. Got Valvoline, the 88, the SS. Of course, you got the fake tailpipes back here with the Chevy bow tie. Now, this is the really good side. Now, we are going to, again, compare this to the original, and you can kind of see how much more I've done. So you can see it's just a lot of wall scrapes. You can kind of see the tires are rubbed up. You can see they got that gray on it. That is accurate to the car. It was kind of hard to remake it. It was more of a lighter gray, but that was the only gray I had. So I did do some of that gray effect on there. Just got a whole bunch of rubber marks, or not rubber marks, but a bunch of wall scrapes. I got some, you know, on the 88, some across the whole side, some going up to the front wheel well. And of course, got the Goodyear, the Goodyear lettering rubbed off here. Then, of course, you got the front end, which has a whole lot of damage on there. Now, or not damage, but race build. Now, the only reason I have so much race build up is because over time, it does kind of come off a little bit, so I'm kind of hoping as time goes on, it looks a little more better. It's more of like an aging thing, you know? But, yeah, it's super dirtied up. I did a little too much, but that was for a reason. Now, on this side, this is the good side in terms of, like, damage. So we cut out this whole section here. We even added a little red piece back there behind, and that is accurate to the car. Got some, a little wheel tape there, of course, for the actual placement of the tire. Of course, you got the 88. This whole thing kind of cut down to the bottom. We got the taped 88. That is not real. That is decal. That's from what I now had on there. Of course, you got the window net down. Got some more. That tire detail, there was like a little gray spot on the tire. And then, of course, got the little tire tape as well, even though it is painted on. So, again, I tried to get as much accuracy as possible. You can see on the interior, you can see the roll cage is painted on both sides, steering wheel's painted, and so is the gear shifter in there. So there's that. Now let's try to go for the undercarriage, because there's some more detail underneath there as well. So flipping it under is just, your standard detail you get whenever, you get stuff from me. This is what I do all the time. So there is the black exhaust pipes. Of course, you got the red fuel tank, and then got the drive shaft, and the transmission looks like drive shaft. The drive shaft needs a little bit more paint, because it looks like it's kind of rubbing off a bit, but everything else is black. You got the little axles and stuff painted, and that little red thing right there, that's painted too, and got some stuff up here kind of painted as well. So let's kind of compare this side by side to what you will get from the legitimate dealer versus a custom diecast maker. So here is the actual car, which lacks a lot of detail. So you can see here is where I cut all that out. You can see the little red piece kind of matches that there. So, I mean, it's just pretty bland, pretty simple. So I did keep everything on the side except for that chunk. Again, I added the wheel detail, threw that window net down, and that was that pretty much on the side. On the front, I did reinforce a lot of the rubber buildup. Again, it was nowhere near that much, but I did do that. You can see on the Earnhardt banner, I painted the bow ties yellow. Gave it a little bit of interior detail on the dashboard there. Moving to this side, this is the really good side. So here is, what you got for the Lionel release. Versus what I did to kind of match, do a little more damage, kind of match that whole really roughed up side look. So there's that. And of course you got the undercarriage, which you have no detail at all for the Lionel versus, just kind of painted up. So yeah, I mean, there is a lot of differences. Even to the name banner, it's different. So, I mean, that's why, I like making the custom so they look a little more accurate. It looks a lot better because, in my opinion, it's more better if somebody else kind of does it because we do what Lionel cannot. And that's why a lot of people buy, from custom diecast makers. That's why people appreciate some of the work because they're doing what we all want, but we don't get because Lionel can't do certain things. Speaking of selling, you may be wondering if this will be for sale on the Bottom Bag Diecast eBay page or in a wave, whatever I throw it into. It is a possibility. I don't know if I will, but it might be a little higher up in price just simply because it was a lot of hard work. Now, I know that seems kind of weird, like, what hard work could you do? Surprisingly, this cutting took a lot longer than I thought it would, and I had to add that little red piece. It took forever to find the piece, took forever to actually fit the piece to where the tire would still turn, maybe not as good, but I mean, it still fits back there. There's a lot of tedious work I had to do, so it might be a little more higher priced. Not like by anything crazy. I'm not the type of person to put something up like a custom for $50, you know what I mean? I'm not that type of person. Honestly, it's not really like a 50-50 chance, it's more of like a 60-40 or 70-30 chance, and it could go... I'll say 60-40, because I want to keep it, but at the same time, there's not really a point because I have the Lionel release. And it's not like a race win or anything. It's not something that they didn't put out and that I want for my collection. So, I don't know. It's just kind of an iffy thing. I don't really know for sure. I wish I could have fixed the spoiler, but I didn't really have a way of doing that. Sadly, but I put as much detail as I could. I even blacked out the axles. Just kind of make it a little more sharp looking. But, either way, I don't know just yet. It probably will, to be honest with you. But, again, I'll have to really decide sometime later on. But that being said, I do believe that's going to be all for this custom diecast review, not just diecast review. So, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video.